To the locker room, players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Welcome everyone to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. About halfway through the season, let's take a look at the standings out west. You look at the Jazz. Boy, it's been a rough season for them. They're at the bottom of their conference. The starters for Utah. We've got Walker Kessler, Colin Sexton out there with Lauri Markkanen, and it's Juzang in at the small forward position. And for the Magic, Wagner and Isaac, the duo at forward. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope, and it's Carter in at the center position. Well, Grant, trade talks always ramp up this time of year. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
Oh, B.A., absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
Here's Wagner. Pass to Isaac. Now Caldwell Pope. Wagner outside. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Drains the triple.
Franz Wagner is a very capable offensive player. Knock down those deep shots, young sir.
Here's Sensabaugh. And here's Sexton. He's covered by Suggs. Sexton looking around. Markkanen outside. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And how about the response by Markkanen? Made free on one end, he comes right back for his own team. Love it.
Carter, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Suggs. Shoots from 12. Rebounded by the Jazz. They're coming off a loss against Miami.
And games like that are backbreakers. To be so close to victory, but let it slip away is frustrating.
You know what? Sometimes you play a great game and lose. What you hope happens, though, is it toughens them up a bit mentally, and they figure out how to close it out next time.
Here's Sexton. It's rebounded by Wagner.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Suggs with the bucket.
Let's not forget, Jalen Suggs is a great football player growing up. He is not afraid to mix it up down low.
Sexton with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami. Markkanen against Isaac. Pass to Kessler. Stolen by Carter. And the Magic pushing it up now. Now here's Suggs. He's closely guarded. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. 4 on the clock. And the layup falls. Suggs has got his second bucket on the night.
You've got to be willing to get your shot blocked if you're a guard and you foray inside. Jalen Suggs, what a finish.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And this is their first time matched up with Orlando this year. John Collins checked in for Utah. And a quick look at the 2K leaderboard, showing which teams have really been controlling the glass over the last month. Orlando in second.
And last month, this team was active on the glass. Really put forth an effort to box out and track down misses.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Suggs against Sexton. Markkanen outside to the middle. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
Yeah, Markkanen's vision on display there. Very good awareness.
Here's Suggs. 9 points for him in his last game. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
Now here's Wagner. Carter can't get it to go. Suggs against Sexton. Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to Sexton. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 5. Floats one. Markkanen misses. And Suggs has got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Here's Isaac. Collins with the defensive effort.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Juzang, that's good. The Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. And it's Wagner off the drive. Banked it in off the glass. Wagner's got 5 points.
That's a big-time finish by Franz Wagner. Might be young, but he is undeterred.
Now Sexton. Still no points. Pass to Markkanen. Here's Juzang. Markkanen with a screen on Wagner. And here's Sexton. Lets the 3 fly. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. Wagner outside. Suggs with it. Launches it. Second chance shot. Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Boy, that's a big-time effort play by Wendell Carter Jr. This guy gives you everything he's got.
Jazz trail by 4. Now here's Sexton. Checking the numbers. He's averaging close to 15 a game. Here's Juzang. Defended by Wagner. Juzang, no good. Isaac against Collins. Isaac, the pass to Wagner. Back to Isaac. Pass to Wagner. The Magic need to put one up here. Ooh, a good look from Carter. And it's Orlando with another.
What a nice play. Off the catch and shoot, the big man, Wendell Carter Jr. is true.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Here's Juzang. Sweet little floater. Juzang's got his second basket.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Orlando leading by 4. Wagner, the pass to Suggs. Carter, a screen on Sexton. It's Suggs with a drive. And there it is for him. Suggs has got 6.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Wagner's checked in for Orlando. And Utah with a change here too. Kessler, he's checked in for John Collins. Jazz trail by 6. Now an update on Walker Kessler. Allie LaForce, what'd you learn?
Guys, I was able to talk with Utah's head athletic trainer about his status. The initial reports are saying that this is a serious injury and that he'll likely miss significant playing time. But undeterred, already back in action and pushing through it. Guys?
All right, Allie, thank you. Sadly, that's not the news fans were hoping for, guys.
Definitely not. Seems like he's got a long, tough road ahead of him.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed.
Magic leading by 6. Suggs finds Wagner. Pass to Carter. The rebound by the Jazz. Doris, when we talk about home court advantages, the Jazz have amongst the best.
They do, B.A. You have to play at altitude. They're also a little bit isolated as well, so travel is hard. Let me tell you this, their fan base is loud, L-O-U-D.
Sexton, that's good.
You love this. The pressure gets physical, and Colin Sexton doesn't blink. Nice job finishing through contact.
The Magic have gotten 7 of their first 12 shots to go. Suggs surveys the D. Pass to Wagner. Back to Wagner. Now here's Caldwell Pope. Fires the 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Well, Doris, the 7-footer from Finland, Lauri Markkanen. What makes him so tough to stop?
Well, the size you mentioned, 7 foot. The sweet shooting that he provides. He's got tremendous range and accuracy from three-point territory. Can put it on the deck, is willing to mix it up on the glass. There's a lot to like.
And he drops it first. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Hey, guys. Well, the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. They're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Shams, thanks very much. Suggs finds Wagner. Wagner inside. No points so far. Jazz trail by 3. Markkanen, the pass to George. Wagner with a steal. George against Suggs. Pass to Wagner. Now Carter. Over Markkanen. And Carter gets it to go. On the assist by Wagner. Carter's got 6.
Just terrific offense right there. Carter Jr. almost automatic from that spot.
Out to the right wing. Wagner with a steal. And here's Wagner. He's got 5. From 15 feet away. And it's Wagner missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Suggs, no good. Jazz trail by 5. Here's George. Last game for him, he had 14. Pass to Juzang. 4-3. It's rebounded by Wagner.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Inside. Kicks it out to Wagner. 3-pointer. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
So nice to see Mo Wagner evolving into the modern big, sinking that 3-point shot with real confidence.
Here's Sensabaugh. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Markkanen sets a screen. Here's George. Orlando with the rebound. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
Dialing it in from range on the road is never easy to do, but they pulled it off and played a great game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the 3-point line, and it worked to perfection.
Now here's George. No made baskets yet. Markkanen finds Kessler. Suggs against George. 4 on the clock. Kicks it out to Markkanen to end the drought. The shot off that time.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And it's slammed in by Carter.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's George. The Magic making their last shot. Kessler a screen. Here's Sensabaugh. That shot missing. Nice D from Wagner. And it's slammed in by Carter.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
And the Jazz with possession here. Orlando making their last shot. And he drives in. Pass to Markkanen. It's rebounded by Wagner. Wagner's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 14. Here's Juzang, defended by Wagner. Here's Sensabaugh. From deep three-point land. The rebound by Carter. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Wagner up top. He has 7. Suggs outside. The rebound by Markkanen. Jazz trail by 14. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Kick it out! Kick it out!
Here's George. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Wendell Carter, he's been the guy making things happen for Orlando. He put together 10 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Orlando?
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Jazz trail by 12. On the floor for Utah, getting going in the second. John Collins out there with Filipowski. Then there's Kenyon Martin. Then there's Colin Sexton. And it's George in at the 2-guard. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Paolo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Got to take that simple approach. A team on the rise, Allie. Thank you. Outside Sexton. Collins outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
What an answer by John Collins. The 3 responses on time.
Isaac with a screen on Sexton. To the inside. And the dunk by Isaac.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. George passes to Filipowski. Pass to Sexton. It's Martin on the wing. And Isaac, here we go. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Isaac's got 4 points this quarter.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Here's Sexton. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Now here's Martin, pounded by Harris. George for 3. Orlando with the rebound. Wagner's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Black. Collins defending. For three, Anthony. And it's Martin with the rebound.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Pass to Filipowski. For three, George. And the three-pointer goes. George has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Orlando leading by 13. Anthony finds Harris. Wagner outside. Isaac with it. For three. Harris misses.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
And it's Sexton on the take. Here's Collins. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Collins has got 5 points.
Well, Sexton sees his open teammate and puts it exactly where it needs to be.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Taking a look at some numbers here for Cole Anthony.
And all of a sudden, his three ball has left him. It's been a rough stretch for him the past 5 games. His percentage from downtown isn't near what it once was, but he's not going to give up. He'll try to get it going here today.
Here's Black. George defending. Pass to Anthony. Down low. Now here's Wagner. He's covered closely. From the high post. The rebound by Filipowski.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Anthony against Sexton. Pass to George. From behind the arc. Orlando grabs the miss. Next up, the Knicks in New York. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Count that one. Well, Doris, for a while, the amount of three-pointers seem to grow exponentially. I think it's plateaued now.
You know, B.A., I'm not sure I agree that it's plateaued. What we do know unequivocally is these organizations have defined how to be the most efficient basketball team. And each and every year, we're setting records in that category. They're just getting smart about the kinds of shots you want and when. We're seeing more shots at the rim, and we're still heavily emphasizing the three-point line.
Bataze's checked in for Isaac. Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Sensabaugh comes in for Martin. Jazz trail by 13. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. George, a screen on Anthony. Here's Sexton. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Wagner. Harris left side. Pass to Black. Now Anthony. He's covered by Kessler. Here's Bataze. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Sexton with it. And here's Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. Outside for Sexton. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked. And they recover it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And here's a look at what's coming up for Orlando. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. Then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, this is one that they expect to win. But those games can be tricky. Remember, there are no free wins in this league.
Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. Wagner comes in for Harris. Here's Black. Still without a bucket. Pass to Wagner. Back to Anthony. And he banks in the layup. And the Magic lead by 17.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
What a fantastic second year for Paolo Banchero, Grant. A bona fide all-star in Orlando.
Yeah, only their second all-star over the last decade. Paolo was incredible during the playoffs, averaging 27, 9, and 4. That playoff experience is big for him going forward.
Now here's Anthony. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. From the line, Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 5 rebounds in the game. Sexton passes to George. Pass to Sensabaugh. The 3. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Sensabaugh's got 6 points in the quarter.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And here's Anthony. He'll bring it up for Orlando. 11-point game. Now Wagner. Good D by Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Wagner. Pass to Sexton. Collins with a screen on Anthony. Sexton passes to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
You can tell how much confidence Walker Kessler has as the roll man, ready to catch and score.
Magic leading by 9. And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Orlando making some changes. Caldwell Pope comes in for Black, and Suggs is subbed in for Anthony. Markkanen's checked in for Utah. Juzang comes in for George. Suggs outside. Kessler against Carter. Back to Suggs. Pass to Wagner. Launches a 3. It's tipped.
That's the length of Lauri Markkanen making a difference at the defensive end.
Just 2 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Suggs no good. Utah with the ball. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Here's Juzang. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Doris, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform, you think?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
No good on the second free throw. Orlando leading by 8. 13 feet out. Count it. Wagner's got 9 points.
And very few teams rely on mid-range jumpers nowadays, but that's been their preferred way of finding points.
Sexton against Suggs. Pass to Kessler. Back to Sexton. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
Well, you love the fearless nature of Colin Sexton. Forces the issue, gets himself to the free throw line.
And he makes a first. Well, when you talk about the most underrated players in the league, Doris, Sexton has to be in the conversation.
Well, let's begin with the fact that he's an absolutely fearless scorer, a tough competitor, an improved facilitator. There's grit, determination. He's willing to get into you defensively. He is somebody that will compete on the defensive end.
All right, both free throws good from Sexton.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Here's the pick. Wagner for three. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Markkanen against Isaac. Down low, Markkanen.
Well, given Markkanen is 7 feet tall, feeding him on the interior is probably a good decision. That's a nice touch by the big man.
Orlando leading by 6. Suggs outside. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. Buries it down low. Give him 8 points now.
And there's really no such thing as a safe lead. I mean, this is still anyone's game.
Jazz trail by 8. Sexton with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Sensabaugh nails it from 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Now Suggs. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Carter. Now here's Caldwell Pope. The D's right on him. And it's Carter with the 3. Carter's got 13.
This is the skill that Wendell Carter Jr. is much more likely to display right now. That aggressiveness from 3. Okay, Wendell.
Here's Sensabaugh. He's got 11. High post Kessler. Carter's there. Kessler passes to Sexton. Yes, it's good.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively, and their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
What's up?
Colin Sexton, I mean, great athleticism, unbelievable quickness, but there is an intensity that pours off this guy nightly that you have to admire.
And so Jamal Mosley calls for the timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Utah making a switch here. George is checked in. And if you're looking for proficiency in scoring over the last month, look no further than this group. Well, you look at Kessler, an effective scorer, 3rd in the NBA.
One of the hottest players in the league. He's been really sharp from the field recently.
There's a screen. George against Suggs.
After a sharp first quarter, he's not shooting as well here in the second.
And it's blocked by Isaac.
Isaac using every bit of that 6'10 frame to send it back.
Here's Sensabaugh. Isaac covering. Deflected. In transition, here they come. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's George. After the basket by Orlando. To the paint. Here's Markkanen. Orlando with the rebound. Isaac's got his 4th rebound in this one. Suggs with it, and Kessler picks him up defensively. Suggs, the pass to Wagner. Isaac with it. George defending. And stolen by Markkanen. Here's Juzang. Here's Kessler. Second shot opportunity. Goes up again. It's rebounded by Wagner. Magic leading by 7. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And it's off from three-point range. Utah has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Here's Sensabaugh. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Oh, showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
There's 1:17 left in the second quarter. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
1:05 left to play in the first half. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 9. They host the Hawks after this one, and that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Here's Juzang, marking it outside. George outside, 5 to shoot. Here's Sensabaugh. Off the mark there with a 3. Well, the Magic shooting it very well, 52% during the second. Wagner for 3. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. It's Markkanen on the wing. With some arc, and it's good on the lay-in. Markkanen's gotten 4 this quarter.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
Now here's Wagner. A 17-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good. Wagner. And both free throws good for Wagner.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
And so it's Orlando now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
In that game against the Knicks, this looks like a complete toss-up to me. Talent level is similar. These games often come down to a few key plays.
And if that's the case, we'll see who has the better closers tonight. Checking back in on that first half now, Franz Wagner was cooking.
He's been good, but their defense, man, you got to look at their intensity and their disruption. And if that continues, he'll just keep running over them.
The only way to stop him when he's on a roll, force the ball out of his hands. Deny, bring 2, whatever you got to do.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. When you look at Franz Wagner, what a contribution.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Jazz trail by 12. On the wings, it's Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. And it's Suggs in at the point guard. That's who's out there for Orlando. Now here's Kessler. Pass to Sensabaugh. Sexton with it. Over Suggs. It's hauled in by Isaac. Isaac's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now here's Suggs.
And he's easily led the way on the boards tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Now here's Sexton. Pass to Markkanen from the arc. Oh, Markkanen, confident from long range.
Now this is Markkanen cleaning up on the offensive end. 7-footer, just so skilled. He can find different spots to be effective.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. And the Jazz with possession here. The Magic making their last shot. Pass to Markkanen. This one for 3. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Well, Markkanen sees an opportunity to make one of the easier threes in the NBA. That location in the corner, such valuable real estate.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Wagner outside. To the inside. Carter. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Carter's got 15 points. Jazz trail by 10. Here's Sensabaugh. He's got 11. Outside Sexton. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by the Magic. Wagner's got 4 rebounds now. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner. Not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, B.A. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
Now here's Sexton. He's got 7. Soft touch off the glass. He's got 9.
Well, Sexton showing that he's more than just a jump shooter. Very comfortable on the interior against size.
Magic leading by 9. Suggs outside. And it's blocked by Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. Kessler, no good. For Orlando, they've gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Isaac. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. That free throw good from Isaac.
Well, the potential of Jonathan Isaac is truly exciting. This guy is still a bit raw, but he has every tool to be successful, both offensively and defensively.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And we've got a moment here to show you this season's most aggressive defensive teams. Fourth, the Jazz.
They're quick to help each other, and they have some tremendous athletes with a nose for the ball.
And it's Utah with the ball. A 12-point game. Sexton passes to Markkanen. On the wing, Sexton. He's covered by Suggs. Here's Juzang. Three-pointer, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Wagner on the wing. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Sexton against Suggs. Pass to Kessler. On the wing, Sexton. He's got 9. Markkanen outside. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Pulls it in from the elbow. Orlando with the rebound.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
It's Suggs with a drive. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
No good on that one.
Despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader. His teammates love playing with this guy.
And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there. Jazz trail by 12. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Markkanen for 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Carter's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. From the left block, basket counts. And the Magic lead by 14.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Sexton. 9 points in the game. Pass to Markkanen. Wagner with a steal. Here's Carter, and it's slammed in by Carter.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Here's Sexton after the basket by Orlando.
You know, it's easy to say, but this is one guy you don't want to foul. Colin Sexton is an excellent free throw shooter.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Magic.
These guys have incredible stamina based on how they've been running the floor, using speedy transition play to get fast break points.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And the second free throw is good. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
And it's Wagner missing. Jazz trail by 15. And here's Sexton. 10 points for him. Pass to Juzang. Puts up a 3. Hits a three-pointer. Juzang's got 8.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Now here's Suggs. 12 points for him. Picked by Carter. And it's Wagner missing. Utah's gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. Pass to Markkanen. Here's Juzang. He's covered by Suggs. And here's Sexton. Back to Markkanen. Just 4 to shoot. Over Isaac. Markkanen misses.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
On the wing, Sexton takes a 3. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Isaac outside. Back to Suggs. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Suggs against Sexton. Here's Wagner. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. 18 points for him.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Jazz trail by 11. Outside Sexton. Six to shoot. Takes one from 10 feet. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Suggs with it. 12 points for him. Down low. Here's Wagner. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lauri Markkanen.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Free throw good. Wagner.
Guys, when you're talking about young players, the first thing I want to know is, do they have passion and enthusiasm for the game? Franz Wagner, he's got every bit of that.
Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Black comes in for Suggs. And Utah with a change here, too. George, he's checked in for Juzang. And both free throws good for Wagner.
And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half.
And it's Sexton on the take. Here's Kessler. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Wendell Carter.
Well, you love to see Kessler draw the contact right there. Get that defender into a compromised position.
That free throw, no good.
I think one of the impressive things about the young Walker Kessler is you know what you're going to get night by night. Great shot blocking and consistent rebounding and defense.
Orlando making a switch here. Anthony's checked in, and he sinks the second. Orlando leading by 10. Wagner with a screen on Sexton. For 3, Anthony. The rebound by Markkanen. For Utah, they've gotten 6 of 14 shots to drop in this third quarter. It's tipped. Wagner with a steal. Pass to Black. From deep. Pure from 3-point range. Black's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's George. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. And here's Kessler. He's checked by Carter. Kessler passes to Markkanen. Back to Kessler. Three-pointer. Sensabaugh, no good.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one on Kessler. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Magic making a change here. Bataze's checked in. John Collins checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for Sexton. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Down by 15. Collins with a screen on Anthony. Markkanen outside. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Markkanen's got 18 points in the game.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Black passes to Anthony. Puts it up from 12. Utah grabs the miss. Now George. Over to the wing. Collins against Anthony. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Sensabaugh. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Collins. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Defense on our 2K leaderboard. Looking at the best when it comes to points per game allowed over the previous month. 4th, the Magic.
You know, they're pressuring the ball more, challenging every single shot. Their defense has been playing at a really high level.
Martin, he's checked in for Sensabaugh. Anthony against George. Anthony outside. Shoots over George. Anthony with a bucket. He's got 6.
Yeah, Cole Anthony is a professional scorer, folks. The mid-range jumper is on time and on target there.
George passes to Markkanen. Martin inside. He's covered by Caldwell Pope.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. First one falls for him. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they had the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
Now here's Anthony. He has 6. Off target on the 15-footer.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
George finds Markkanen. Back to George. Martin outside. Clock at 6. On the money from 12 feet away. Martin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Very clever how he creates space against the bigger defender.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
Caldwell Pope, the pass to Anthony. Unloads from 13, and the bucket is good. And the Magic lead by 13.
Just keeping things simple on the offensive end. Cole Anthony more than happy to shoot in these kinds of situations.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's Collier, beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Bataze. Caldwell Pope against Martin. Here's Wagner. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wagner's got 5 points.
Now that's a great possession. You set Wagner up down low and let him go to work.
Jazz trail by 15. Now here's George. Pass to Collins. Here's the 3. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got his 3rd assist of the night.
You know, one thing that has stood out tonight is his scoring. You know, he's kept attacking even when they've been trailing.
Orlando has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the 3rd. Wagner, the pass to Anthony. Shoots over George. Goes back up. Rebound, Utah. Collins has got 5 rebounds tonight. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Martin. Now here's Markkanen. George scanning the floor. Ooh, tough possession there. They stayed with it. Just couldn't make the shot. To the middle. Here's Anthony. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. 10 points for him.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so it's Orlando, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. We'll be back in a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth. John Collins out there with Kenyon Martin. Then it's Filipowski. Then there's George. And it's Sexton in at the point guard position. Jazz trail by 12. Here's George. Outside Sexton. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. The first one falls. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Magic leading by 11. Harris passes to Anthony. Over Sexton. Anthony with a bucket.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Outside Sexton. Ooh, solid defense from Anthony. Orlando shooting 52% from the floor so far. Pass to Black. Here's Wagner. Shot clock at 6. And here's Harris outside. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Sexton. It's deflected. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Magic.
One of those nights where the wheels come off. Nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Orlando leading by 13.
Hey, yo, get on Gary.
Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock. Anthony against Sexton. Anthony, the pass to Black. Nataze with a screen. Here's Black. George defending. Black, no good. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for the Jazz. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. George's shot is good.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
The Magic have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Sexton against Anthony. The layup misses. Jazz trail by 10. Martin, the pass to George. Here's Filipowski. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Here's Orlando. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's the floater. Anthony misses. For Utah, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Sexton passes to Collins. And here's Martin. The 3. Knocks it down from distance. Now just a 5-point Orlando lead.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Inside. Wagner inside. Collins there. And it's Wagner missing.
Trying to close out. You got to know who's hot and who's not.
Here's George. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. And here's Harris. Out to Anthony. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Black. And he jams it home with authority.
Very important points. I mean, they're trying to hang on to this lead now. They needed that.
Here's Sexton. Here's Utah. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Kicks it to George. Pulls up. It's hauled in by Black.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Anthony with it. Pass to Batase. Now Harris. 5 on the clock. Back to Batase. And the shot is good. Harris making the play. And the Magic lead by 7.
Wow, Gary Harris playing in the pick and roll. Normally he might be the screener, but really nice job setting his teammate up.
Sexton passes to Martin. Oh, Harris with the block. And he gets it back. Sexton against Anthony. It's George on the wing. That doesn't go either for George. Magic leading by 7. Harris outside. Pass to Batase. Oh, he tries a 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Now here's George. To the middle. Wagner with a steal. Here's Black. George defending. And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul. And a new group getting ready for Orlando. Carter, he's checked in for Batase. Franz Wagner comes in for Harris. Caldwell Pope's checked in for Black. And Suggs is subbed in for Anthony. Sensabaugh is checked in for Utah. Pass to Suggs. Down low. Here's Wagner. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Well, that's what you call orchestrating the pick and roll. Jalen Suggs, yes, sir.
Jazz trail by 9. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Sexton against Suggs. Back to Sexton. Pass to George to stop the drought. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Magic leading by 6. Wagner outside. Here's Carter. Tries again. And Wagner gets it to go. Wagner's got 4 points this quarter.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Caldwell Pope against George. Collins right side. To the paint. And stolen by Suggs. It's a one-on-one situation. Rebound, Utah. Here's Martin, and stolen by Suggs. In transition, the Magic on the run, and he lays it in on the break. And the Magic lead by 10.
Jalen Suggs at his best is a real dangerous threat in the open floor.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. Pass to Sexton. Over Suggs. And another miss by Utah.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same. And largely a no-show right here.
Now here's Carter. Here's Wagner. He's guarded by Martin. Wagner outside. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
You're starting to see why Carter Jr. was a lottery pick in 2018. He can be quite dominant offensively.
Jazz trail by 12. Pass to Sensabaugh. Wagner with a steal. Here's the break. Here's Suggs. And he makes it on the layup.
Pretty devastating, actually, to turn the ball over like that and surrender a bucket.
And it's Utah with the ball. And here's Sexton. Here's Collins. Outside Sexton. Back to Collins. George outside. Shot clock at 5. Here's Martin. And he can't stop the run as that one misses. Magic leading by 14. Wagner on the wing. Back to Caldwell Pope. Jacks up a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
We've seen this from Wagner over and over. This guy understands when a man is open. He's got the timing and the touch to make the pass.
The Jazz have gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. Pass to Sensabaugh. Fires the 3. Drills it from deep.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Suggs outside. Back to Wagner. Got it. Good job in the low post. Wagner's got 22 points.
It is always so fun to watch a guy with a well-rounded offensive game heat up. Mr. Franz Wagner, welcome to the party.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Isaac, he's checked in for Orlando. Jazz trail by 16. Sexton with it. Markkanen with a screen on Suggs. Pass to Kessler. Now here's Markkanen. Isaac covering. And it's blocked by Isaac. And he stays with it. Another miss by Markkanen. Magic leading by 16. Caldwell Pope with it. Down low. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Caldwell Pope. And stolen by Suggs. Pope loose. Here we go, one-on-one. Throws it up high. Isaac with the steal. Now here's Suggs. Guarded closely. To the paint. It's stolen away. And the Jazz pushing it up now. And it's Sexton. That time on the assist by Kessler.
The best way to get a clean look is with those quick hitters on the break.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, B.A., a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
Both free throws good from Isaac.
You know, Isaac had some injury struggles in his career, but he hasn't let that deter him. He still plays with a lot of intensity and gives this game his all. And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Magic.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
Looking at this year so far, this will make 22 wins for them.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And one of the league's superstars, producing as he always does. What a terrific game for Franz Wagner.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Black passes to Wagner. Knocked loose. Pass to Kessler. Now Sexton, defended by Wagner. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
Man, good whistle there.
First free throw is good. Good on both. 32 seconds left in the game. And it's Anthony with the ball for Orlando. Inside. Wagner, left side. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. So it's the Magic winning this one easily. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Guys, thank you. Wendell, you were dialed in offensively. What was it that had you going?
My teammates just been finding me in my right spots, practicing my shots, taking my open shots, and, just being confident.
Thanks, Wendell.
All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. And we present the player of the game, Franz Wagner.